Oh.
Before we jump into reacting to Lovelyz, we wanted to let you know that we were able to film and edit this video thanks to our Patreon.
Since we are unable to monetize any of the reaction videos uploaded to this channel, it's our Patreon that keeps us running, growing, and improving.
We have a lot of interesting and exclusive content uploaded to our Patreon, including uncut reactions to this song, Japanese performances, Japanese exclusives, Japanese...
All the Japanese.
All the Japanese,
So much Japanese
songs. We have a lot of interesting and exclusive content uploaded to our Patreon, including reactions to Japanese, including uncut reactions to this song, reactions to Japanese releases, live performances, and more.
We can have you try
We have a lot
again.
of interesting and exclusive content uploaded to our Patreon.
2 hours later.
I did it! The full list of exclusive videos is pinned in the comment section below.
If you enjoy our content, we would really appreciate it if you could support us on reacttothek/Patreon. Patreon.com/reacttothek. Joining our Patreon is completely optional. You can also support us by leaving a like or a comment on this video. Let's get to reacting now!
You are now reacting to the girl group Lovelyz and their song Shining Star, released on their 4th EP Heal, released in 2018. The lyrics for Shining Star express the feeling a girl has towards her crush. The boy is described as a shooting star who suddenly appeared, and now she sees his light everywhere. He has become the thing she likes the most, more than candy and chocolate, and she wants to share her feelings with him.
Just looking for love. Divas.
I'll put like single.
Yeah.
Text.
I'm also single, so hi,
Okay,
how are you?
single.
Yeah.
The song is composed by One Take and Tak.
I felt that before.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's like the bossa nova comping rhythm.
Anime opening?
Oh, the bass!
Yeah.
This sounds like Undertale. Very much so. Bit more jazz in it, but...
Whoa.
Yeah. Come on now.
The kick drum and the snare, like together, they seem so on top of the beat too. Like it almost feels like da, da. That bass, Phil! Holy shit, that's a real human being?
That's a way to drop. They love that G flat. So the song's in A flat, and all the sections have been in G flat, basically. Oh.
Journey.
This is so hype.
Adventure. And plot intrigue. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start crying, there's so much happening!
I think it's always interesting when they decide to say one word in English out of like a 16-bar phrase.
Dude, the percussion on this.
Oh!
Sharp 11.
You know, this bass player's killing.
It hurts how good that guy is.
Nice.
I love that one. Yes. Oh.
Oh, the bass! Oh!
Come on now.
A little later.
The song was so like, I don't know, it made me so happy because like, it's supposed to be like about a crush and like I feel like that's why it sounded so chaotic. Cause like when you like someone, your feelings are just like everywhere, and it's like it's an 8-bit like that type like video game type of sound, and like
nostalgic. It was so nostalgic.
Just very like, it just gives you like this certain feeling of like, oh, everything's like very like cutesy, and I'm like so happy, and just even though you don't know the lyrics, like you know that there's like some type of emotional like roller coaster going on.
What I also really liked too was it used like these synthetic sounds to make it almost as powerful as like a huge brass section coming in, which was so cool. But yeah, no, the 8-bit touch of kind of these like super, the 8-bit touch was like super nostalgic because anything 8-bit is like back in the day, you know, like Mario and all that shit. It so reminded me of Rainbow Road. And when you start Mario Kart, you know that? And then things get intense and it's like, and it's like, that's, every time they hit like the chorus, I was like, on Rainbow Road, man.
Thoughts?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of it was, I mean, the awesome bass line's excellent, but a lot of it was hanging on that drop note. Especially because, yeah, exactly. Because the vocal line was so triad-y. Da-dee, da-dee, da.
Yeah.
We should piano time this. That's the version they did in the last chorus. But, oh no, see, that's what you expect. But what if you get, or is it even worse? Is it something like that? I feel like they went that far. They might have gone that far. I can't tell because again, it sounds so different on piano, but that's, you know, it sounds like something that should be borderline disturbing, but
On the piano, yeah.
yeah, but in this song, there's like that jolt, but then it's so high energy and so bubbly that you're like, oh, okay, I'll groove with it. It feels like there was a lot going on, but when I tried to hear for like counter melodies and stuff, I could usually only catch one thing. There may be one higher instrument going on, or like the bass line's going on. Like I like that it sounded busy, but yet at the same time, not quite organized, I'd say.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with that like really distorted synth that's going on in the background that fills up so much of the space. I think that like that sound of it in the synth makes it feel really busy, just because there's so much. It's like a bunch of
Yes.
like that, you know.
Yes.
Also the fast tempo. I think that gets a lot of like, it's really basic, but just bringing it to that tempo where the bass is playing taka 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 ta.
Oh, I loved
nostalgic
it.
for you?
I think, like towards the end, like it almost like made me tear up. That like bass line, it's like wow, and I'm like, what?
Exactly.
I love this so much. Like I feel like I've never been this excited just listening to like, I don't know, a song, just like that, like 2 seconds of a song.
Yeah, like same. The bass line is so sick.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until like the very end.
Same.
Yeah, because they play like really low register into really high. I think it's like the 10th that pops out. Like, like that thing.
Oh. Oh, that too.
Shining star 좀 더 힘내야 해 이제 내 맘은 다가온 shooting star
That was it. felt that. What is that? Why is that like so? Like you were saying, that big leap,
Yeah.
and it kind of like scoops up. So maybe that's part of it.
And I also realized like some synth is really cool, because I can hear like something like glockenspiel kind of thing, like doubling the melody, which is more like a bell thing, and then it really makes the song cuter. And also the arpeggios, like that thing. It sounds like a Nintendo game music.
Oh yeah, it really does have like a cute vibe to it.
Yeah.
Man, they used a lot of like hip harmony.
Yeah, that's what I want to figure out. So the whole song is based off this one bass motion.
Okay, so.
Yeah, he plays this. I think it's just like a minor 9 chord that is like away from the key. That sounds really cool. That makes things, I guess, really interesting for the listener, because it kind of takes us away from the tonal harmony. You know, like it's not all diatonic. Like there's borrowed chords from the like minor side of things, and he's adding a 9 to it, a scale degree 9, which means so there's in the scale there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he's adding the 9th, which is just 1 above.
Which is a 2.
8, which is actually
But
just
an
the
octave above.
2, but an octave above, which is cool.
That was cool. That was exhausting. Wow, that was a lot of information.
Wasn't it? Towards the end, you stopped moving. Are you okay?
Yeah, so like. Look, I was like listening to it, and I was trying to focus on the bass player.
This video isn't classical and jazz musicians react to Shining Star. It's classical and jazz musicians react to the bass player in Shining Star.
Definitely. 'Cause I was like,
The bass player was sick.
because like at a certain point, I mean, I was like, this is cool. But I was like, I'm just trying to listen to the bass player, so it's just like, and it was sick. It was definitely- he had some sick like
Yeah, he had.
fills that you throw in there.
He was definitely like loving it. He's like, yes, I get
Nasty.
to do all these fills finally.
And it all felt so good.
Yeah, they did. He was good.
Also, like just his use of like intervals was like really interesting. Bass player, primo. That was the best one you've ever showed us,
Oh.
in my opinion.
I think he's just saying that because that bass player was, as we say, fucked up.
He was killing.
Yeah, I don't know who that bass player was. I'm honestly kind of looking it up.
A few minutes later.
Can I get the bass player's phone number?
What I can
Well,
do is like ask
whoever
the
that cat
songwriter
is,
and get
it's
back
crazy.
to you.
Yeah,
Shout out to that guy. You're
yeah, he's
killing.
the MVP.
That track.
We
was
have
sick.
these things called, I don't know, in my little world I call it session hero. So whoever was the MVP of that track, I call him the session hero. He was the session hero.
session hero for sure.
What
Yeah.
about it? What made it great?
He just like placed his runs and his lines, or like his fills, in the perfect spots in the lyrics and the melody that it didn't affect the singer. Which I hate it when I hear somebody take a melody and just like basically not listen to the melody and just blow while someone's trying to state a musical thing that's really important to the structure of the song. Makes no sense to me. It's like you're basically saying you're more important than this whole entire song, which that guy obviously didn't do. He waited and let the music breathe, and he just put the things in perfectly.
He was.
Shout out.
His tone was good too.
Tone was flow,
The way he was mixed.
dynamics,
Yeah.
musicianship, keeping it
He
together.
pulled off a glissando without it being whack. Like,
Right?
That's hard for bass players.
Get the pocket.
The
fat.
depth of groove.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I liked the tune, but yeah, it was like a lot, and at a certain point, I was just like, I started to tune it out because it's just like it was so much like.
Definitely too much for how like low key I am. Like in shit. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the most energy I've had in all of my week. Like
I cried twice.
Are you actually tearing up?
Yeah, there was a lot to feel. My brain was harassed by so many
On your
different
tombstone,
things.
it's gonna just say "Death by Rad Bass."
Okay,
line.
who's the bass player on this?
His name is Yeonjun Lee.
Youngjun Yi. Wait, Yi or Lee?
Well, Lee, but you know the L is.
Youngjun Yi.
I need to
Do
find
well, my
him.
brother.
I need to find him and tell him that he
Damn,
sent me to
that
a different.
lick was so good.
And it wasn't just one lick. It was 12, 13, 14, 100. There were so many different things that he did that I just want to tell him he sent me to a different universe.
Well, congratulations, because his songwriter said he'll send it to him. So, when our reaction comes out.
Bro, I just want you to.
Jason, say this. Ready? 너,
무,
잘,
잘,
say, 너무 잘
너무 잘
했어요.
했어요.
너무 잘했어요.
너무 잘했어요.
Good.
What does that mean?
That means it was really good.
너무 잘했어요. Dear Yeonjun, this is my message to you. That's what you did to me. You made me speechless. That was so tasty. That was so heavy. That was so incredible. As a human being, I have just been elevated to a dimensional level that I could not have gone without going through that experience you put me through. Thank you. I am going to be a fan of yours forever and ever. Thank you.
I'm a villain 왜 아닐 거라 생각해 아주 못돼 먹은 작은 악마 같은 나인 걸 몰라.
Once again, just like that Zimzalabim thing, I took a psychedelic trip and came out as
A flamingo.
not a flamingo.
You went into
not
an
a flamingo.
anime
This
and
time
then
I'm
you
a
came out as
peacock.
like
Peacock.
This time I'm a peacock.